Chosen one, if you are hearing this message today, it is not by chance. This moment has been divinely orchestrated. You've been led here because something significant is taking shape in your life, and the shift is already in motion. The spiritual atmosphere around you is changing rapidly, and it demands immediate attention and intentional action. The signs you've been waiting for are not just symbolic, they are becoming tangible. Prayers that once seemed unanswered are nearing fulfillment. Hopes that felt distant are approaching manifestation. This is not simply a phase of encouragement, it is a period of critical importance. You are being called into a season of preparation, not with fear, but with purpose and clarity. The coming days carry significant spiritual weight. They are pivotal. What you do during this brief period will determine how quickly and completely you align with the path prepared for you. The transformation that lies ahead is not subtle, it is defining. It will affect not just your external life, but the internal structure of your faith and calling. There is no requirement here for grand gestures or elaborate ceremonies. Instead, this moment calls for simple but intentional action. Each act of preparation, no matter how small it may seem, holds deep spiritual significance. This is a personal call to take part in the process that leads to divine fulfillment. In times of transition, it is natural to hesitate. Change can bring discomfort, and uncertainty can cloud judgment. However, the instructions before you are not meant to burden, they are intended to guide. When followed with intention, they clear a path for divine alignment. This is not about forcing outcomes. It is about recognizing that God's timing is precise. The spiritual flow being released now is unique. It's a rare alignment of purpose, timing, and grace. And only those who prepare themselves spiritually will be positioned to receive it fully. Consider this an official notice: the waiting period has ended. The next step requires action. The message is not one of fear, but of awakening. Preparation is now your priority. Whether you've been stagnant or steadfast, this message reaches you at the threshold of a new chapter. Being chosen doesn't mean being passive. To be chosen is to carry responsibility, to respond to divine instruction with intentionality. You are not being asked to wait passively for change to happen. You are being called to participate in its unfolding. Over the next few days, your decisions will shape your spiritual trajectory. God is opening doors, and the responsibility to walk through them rests on you. The opportunities are real. But so is the possibility of delay if the instructions are ignored. This message calls for immediate alignment with purpose. Not later. Now. The instructions are clear. God is asking for focused, personal engagement, steps that reflect your readiness to receive. These include simple but symbolic acts. Reflecting on God's characteristics. Writing them down. Praying at spiritually aligned times. Using blessed water as a reminder of purification. These are not traditions without meaning. They are spiritual practices meant to recalibrate your mind and spirit. When followed with sincerity, they become vessels for transformation. This specific act, writing down the attributes of God, is not about listing ideas on a page. It's an active expression of awareness. Characteristics such as mercy, justice, love, protection, and guidance are reminders of who God is and what you can trust Him to be. This exercise serves two purposes. It positions your thoughts toward God's nature rather than your current circumstances. It strengthens your alignment with divine will by making God's identity central to your focus. Once written, keep this list with you. Whether in your wallet, your home, or your workspace, let it serve as a quiet, constant anchor. It is a sign that your spirit is attentive and that your posture is one of humility and readiness. Gratitude is more than politeness or formality. Spiritually, it is a powerful activator of divine flow. By giving thanks, genuinely and consistently, you open channels that allow blessings to move more freely into your life. Take a moment each day to acknowledge specific things you're grateful for. This practice not only transforms your mindset but creates a vibrational resonance with the very blessings you are preparing to receive. It sets a spiritual tone that matches God's intention for you. Gratitude communicates faith. And faith, when aligned with action, accelerates manifestation. Holy water, in this context, represents more than tradition. It symbolizes spiritual cleansing and readiness. It is not the water itself that holds power, but the intention and faith applied through its use. Use it when you pray. Use it to reset your space or your thoughts. Let it remind you of your spiritual commitment and your desire to be cleansed of old patterns and ready for new assignments. You are entering a season of clarity, and that requires a departure from spiritual distractions. This act reinforces your readiness not just to receive, but to maintain what you receive. Particularly important in this season is the discipline of prayer at spiritually sensitive hours. The early morning hours, such as 3 a.m., are often considered a time when spiritual barriers are thin and communication with the divine is most clear. This isn't about superstition or ritual for its own sake. It is about discipline. It is about carving out space for intentional communion with God, seeking clarity, strength, and direction in a sacred time frame. Commit to a time of uninterrupted prayer. Use it to align yourself not only with what you want but with what you are meant for. Make it a moment of humility, reflection, and spiritual affirmation. Many hear divine instruction and wait for a better time to follow it. That option is no longer available. The message is specific, the window is narrow. What's ahead requires full engagement, not hesitation. Procrastination, distraction, and indifference will block access to what is intended for you. But focus, gratitude, and obedience will unlock a wave of change, spiritually, emotionally, and even materially. These steps may appear small on the surface. But spiritually, they are significant. And they are yours to complete. Chosen one, the time is now. You are not being asked to prove your worth. You've already been chosen. What's needed now is alignment through action. This is your appointed time. Each day forward is an opportunity to demonstrate your readiness for what's coming. If you follow through, the shift will not only happen, it will be sustainable. You will not simply receive a temporary breakthrough, you will be placed on a path of long-term elevation. Chosen one, understand this, your opportunity has not passed, but it is narrowing. You are still standing before an open spiritual portal. A window of favor, insight, and transformation remains available to you. But what happens next depends entirely on your preparation, your action, and your willingness to follow through. This is not a message of pressure, but of alignment. Divine alignment is never forced, it is accepted through obedience and readiness. You've been instructed. Now the question is whether you will honor the instruction with faithful execution. The current period is unique. It is not simply another week. These days are spiritually charged. They carry a weight that affects not just the present, but the years to come. Decisions made during this short window will create spiritual consequences, either access to blessings or distance from them. If you've already begun to take action, writing God's characteristics, praying intentionally, using blessed water, continue with conviction. Do not stop midway. If you have yet to begin, start now. The portal is still open, but it will not remain open indefinitely. What is this portal that is often referenced? It is not fantasy or mysticism. It refers to a time-sensitive, spiritually open space where transformation and breakthrough become possible. It is a divine setup, an alignment of timing, readiness, and spiritual frequency. You have been brought to this moment because God sees your potential. He knows the assignments on your life and the growth required to fulfill them. The portal is an invitation, not to escape your current life, but to upgrade it through divine alignment. Those who walk through this portal in obedience will witness a level of favor that transcends explanation. They will find themselves in places they never planned, solving problems they once avoided, and experiencing peace in the midst of external uncertainty. But those who hesitate may find that the momentum slows. This is not punishment, it is simply the result of missed timing. One of the biggest risks right now is spiritual complacency. Laziness is rarely loud. It rarely announces itself. But it silently delays action, dismisses urgency, and tells you, tomorrow is good enough. In this spiritual context, tomorrow may be too late. Laziness is not simply the absence of effort, it is the absence of prioritizing what matters most. In this case, it means ignoring the divine instructions given to you. And by doing so, forfeiting access to blessings that are fully available today. Push through any internal resistance. The effort required is spiritual, not physical. Writing down God's nature, praying at specified hours, and reflecting with gratitude are not tasks of exhaustion, they are decisions of alignment. The blessings coming your way are not random rewards. They are the result of spiritual law in motion. God is consistent. When you align with His instruction, you activate His flow. When you ignore it, you delay it, not by His choice, but by your own. If you want to step into a season of abundance, emotionally, spiritually, and materially, then engage in the preparation that unlocks that season. The sooner you take the required steps, the more quickly the blessings begin to manifest. Do not underestimate the simplicity of the steps. They are intentionally accessible so that no one is excluded. But they are also sacred, because what they unlock cannot be achieved through effort alone. It requires faith and obedience. It is not enough to believe, you must act. Faith is made complete by what you do. If you believe this is your moment, your preparation will reflect that belief. The spiritual shift occurring right now will elevate those who are responsive. It will not wait for those who are indifferent. It will bless those who are open. But it will bypass those who hesitate. So ask yourself, are you moving with God or waiting on a feeling? Many miss their breakthrough because they wait for emotion instead of honoring instruction. This isn't about how you feel, it's about what you do. If you step through this portal, you will not remain the same person. The change will be internal before it becomes external. The first thing that changes is your spiritual identity. This means your thoughts begin to align with peace. Your decisions start reflecting wisdom. Your relationships improve as you attract what aligns with your elevated state. And your desires evolve, less about surviving and more about thriving. This shift is not an illusion. It is a transformation that happens when the spirit is properly aligned. Much of this message has emphasized spiritual preparation. And rightly so. But understand this, tangible blessings are part of God's plan. God does not separate the spiritual from the practical. Your finances, your career, your family, your peace, they all matter to Him. This divine preparation will also make way for practical outcomes. Expect open doors. Expect clarity in decisions. Expect resources you did not anticipate. But remember, these are not rewards for perfection, they are outcomes of spiritual obedience. You are no longer distant from breakthrough. You are standing beside it. The only thing left is your response. The spiritual window is not closing as a threat, it is closing because timing matters. The steps you take today will determine if you live in alignment or delay. Write down the traits of God. Pray intentionally at aligned hours. Use blessed water to spiritually cleanse and affirm. Hold gratitude at the center of your reflection. Remain focused, not distracted. All these steps, together, bring you into position. This message is not a cycle, it is a culmination. You are not being reminded of something ongoing. You are being told something definitive. The portal is closing. The moment is now. The choice is yours. Spiritual instructions only serve their purpose when followed. Your breakthrough is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It is waiting for the obedient version of you, the one who trusts, the one who acts, the one who prepares. You have heard the message. You've received the instruction. Everything else now depends on your decision. Choose alignment. Choose obedience. Choose your divine inheritance. You are not too late, but you are on the edge of just in time. Prepare. Act. Believe. The divine blessings meant for you are ready to be released. Step forward now, and let your faith carry you through the portal of transformation. Chosen one, if you've made it this far, know this: you are ready. You didn't arrive at this moment by accident. Everything that has happened in your life, the challenges, the waiting, the growth, has led to this divine intersection. The spiritual portal is open, and you stand at the threshold of a new chapter. But what happens next depends entirely on your response. This isn't a motivational phrase. It's a spiritual truth. God has already released the blueprint. He has given the signs, the guidance, and the instruction. Now it's in your hands. Preparation isn't about perfection, it's about obedience. It's about showing that you trust God more than your doubts, more than your delays, and more than your distractions. You are not being asked to be someone else. You are being asked to act as the chosen one that you already are. Do not underestimate the power of this season. The door is still open, but it will not remain so indefinitely. Claim what has been prepared for you. Step into it. Own it. Walk in it. Chosen one, you are ready. Now is the time to act. The portal is open. The instructions are clear. The blessings are waiting. Don't let this be a missed opportunity. Let this be the day you stepped into the overflow. We'll see you on the other side, transformed, aligned, and elevated.